Hello everyone, RosemaryAK over here. So today I'm going to give you my opinion on whether you should pull for the brand new 6-star operator Pallas. She is the new 6-star operator support card that just got introduced for the Arknights server. So her banner is going to be run parallel to the interlocking competition. So during the term of the interlocking competition, you can pull her, and this is going to be my personal speculation, my guessing on whether you should pull her or not. So I'm going to give you the result first, and then I'm going to explain why. So if you are a whale, if you already have all the operators out there, if you are a collector, you want all the operators out there, then go for it. Yeah, pull her. But you shouldn't. I don't think you should be doing a full out. Just don't actually just go all out on her banner. At least wait until maybe a few days into the event, so that the other people can test out whether she's good in game. But yeah, if you are a whale and if you are a collector, then go for it. Have fun. Waifu over meta. But if you are a newbie, if you're new to the game and you don't even have all the let's say you don't have all the tier 1 operator, or if you don't have most of the really meta strong operators, I would say maybe wait for a few days for a full review, and then maybe just skip this banner. Yeah. But if you're kind of like me, so I'm not a whale, but I also have just about all the 6-star operators. I think I'm going to do maybe a tempo on her banner. So that's the final suggestion. If you're a whale, go for it. If you are a newbie, skip the banner. If you are a regular, kind of like me, then maybe just a tempo, and I'm going to tell you why right now. So she is a support guard. If you don't know what a support guard is, they are kind of like a range guard. So this is Silver Ash is your classic range guard. Their attack range is like this, right? So 1 block surrounding where they're standing, and then 3 blocks in front. And the range guard, when they attack enemies at a distance, their attack get reduced to about 20% of their regular attacks, and that they can hit air enemies. A support guard can also hit range, but they can only hit 2 spot in front, so they don't have the 2 spot over here and over here, so they can't hit the enemy surrounding them, just 2 block in front. When they attack enemy at a distance, their attack does not get reduced, so they attack normally, but they cannot hit the aerial enemies. Something else about support guard is that their attack is typically kind of low-ish. I won't say low, but they're normal. They're not super high attack. They're not super high damage dealer. They're kind of their attack is not that high. It's kind of average, maybe even low-ish, I would say. But their defense is actually very good. So they have one of the better, one of the best defense for guards, right? So high defense, low attack, somewhat range, cannot hit aerial targets, but they can provide some kind of buff to their allies. So range guards for now, they are your new operator Pallas and Wishless, Swire, and Doberman. They all can provide some kind of buff to their allies. So that's range guard. Support guard. You may know that very few people actually use support guard. The reason being that if you just want a guard that can attack range, then you obviously will choose a range guard, because for the longer range, like more coverage for air, and if you want somebody who can do support, there's a whole bunch. There's an entire class of support characters, so they're kind of stuck in the middle. They can't do that much damage, and their attack range isn't as good as a range guard, and their support ability is not as good as the entire support class. So very few people actually use them in a serious way. So already that's going against her favor. So let's see her traits first. All 6 operators have 2 traits. So can attack enemy from range. When attacking enemies not blocked by self, increase attack. When HP is above certain percentage, increase attack. That's not stock. So the first trait, very average. No, it's more like a very standard. So lots of operators have some kind of attack buff. Axia has it, somebody else has it, a whole bunch of people has it. So nothing out of the ordinary, nothing stand out over here. When deployed, all Minos operators gains a certain amount of vigor attack increase. If you don't know what Minos is a geographical area located within the Arknight universe. So any operator born or like affiliated with the Minos area, they can gain the attack increase. If you want to know, the operators born in Minos are Sidorak, Conviction, Vulcan. The other 2 that you can see is off screen. It's Croissant and Perfumer. So I think you see the point over here. Sidoka. I never used her. Reason being is that she has 2 better counterparts. The first one being the 6-star operator Satara, yeah. So the tier 1, tier 0 operator, one of the strongest operator in the entire Arknight game. Currently, Satoru, she is a art duelist guard 6-star. So already she has a better counterpart, but because Satoru is a 6-star, so maybe not everyone has her. But the problem is Amiya in her guard form is a 5-star, and she's mandatory. Yeah, if you get past all the maps in chapter 8, then 100% you will have a art guard Amiya. You have her 100%, and Amiya is better than Sidorika, so she has 2 better counterparts. So that's why I don't use her, and I haven't seen anyone use her in a serious way. Conviction is a April Fool mimic character. I haven't seen anyone use her in a serious way, and I don't see how anyone can use her in a serious way. When she is deployed, I think she stunned herself, and when she attacks, she has a chance of stunning everybody, all the allies around her. So she's a fun mimic character. She's not a serious beating the map character. That's why I haven't seen anyone use her outside of a prank or joke-ish way. Not that, but I like her though. I like her. I'm not saying anything bad about her. It's just that she's not for beating the challenge. Vulcan Vulcan is super rare. You cannot get her from headhunting. You can only get her from recruits. So you know the one that where you input a whole bunch of tags and then you choose how many hours that you want to spend, and then you spend that recruit ticket plus the alone currency, and then you just wait and see what character you get. So you can only get her from recruit. So she's super rare. A lot of people only get her once you get to level 90-ish. So she's super rare. Also, she has a better counterpart. The 6-star operator Mudrock does the same thing as she does, and Mudrock is a tier 1. Yeah, tier 1 operator, one of the strongest tank in the game. Because of she has a better counterpart in the form of Mudrock, and herself is very rare. I haven't seen anyone using her seriously. Croissant runs in similar problem as the first 3 operator. Croissant has a whole bunch of competition. The 6-star normal tanks are Horoshi and Nian, and 5-star tank SCAM can all do what Croissant does, and they all have something extra. Horoshi super high attack. Nian can block, increase everybody's blocking point by 1, so she increased the block point for all the other allies by 1. Ascan can do range attack, can do magic attack, can increase SP for one other operator. So Kosona is kind of she's on the bench because there are too many competitions. Perfumer is actually good. I use her for my low rarity team, but that's exactly the issue. She's a 4-star. She's only used for low rarity team. If the map calls for 2 AoE healer, you will likely bring Nightingale and the other 5-star healer that I can't pronounce the name. If you only need 1 AoE healer, you are likely to bring either Nightingale or the other 5-star AoE healer, so the chance of you bringing Perfumer is very slim unless you're running a low rarity team. So eventually she's going to be fall off from the standard team. That's why, even though Pallas has the trait to buff all the Minos operator, because currently all the Minos operators are rarely used, so she's probably only going to be buffing herself. So her 2 traits both buff her own attack power, and I don't believe that it's going to be a super high buff. I highly doubt that it's going to be buffing her attack power by 600%. That's too OP. It's more likely going to be buffing her attack power to 10% or lower. If it's going to be buffing her attack power to 20%, that's already very good. But I think it's going to be around 10%-ish, maybe 10% lower. So very standard attack buff, nothing special over here. Her skill 1, the attack deals certain amount of physical damage and hits twice. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, already I don't like this skill very much, just because attack twice, it reminds me of Chain. Because if you ever use Chain, you will know that her attack is not great. Her attack is kind of low. That's because she attacked twice. If her regular attack deals 1,000 attack, 1,000 point damage, and she attacked twice, what does that mean? Does she deal like 2,000 attack point? That's too much. That's way too OP. So that's why when a character attack twice, their attack stats has to be low, because just Otherwise, it's going to be too OP. It's going to be overshadowing all the other operators. If your regular attack deals 1,000 damage and you attack twice, 2,000 damage, nobody is going to. She broke the game basically. So just because that she can attack twice, that means probably her attack stats is not going to be that good. Maybe 600 attack point 600. Yeah, 800. 1,000. No. So here's what I think. I think her attack stats is gonna be low. So this skill. No, but this skill isn't anything out of the ordinary. Skill 2, extend range forward. So maybe that means she's going to be attacking 3 spots in the front, or 4 spots in the front. No, it's gonna be more like 3 spots in the front. And then increase attack, and every attack has a chance to stun the target. So this is what it looks like. So she attack as soon as the enemy entered this spot over here, she attacks. So that's definitely 3 block in front, possibly 4 block in the front, but more likely 3 block in the front. So in this picture, she attack 4 times and then stun 1 times. When she does stun is maybe about, let me see, 1 second. Is either she's stunned for 1 second or lower than 1 second. So 25% chance of stunning for 1 second. So here's the thing about Arknights, right? Anytime your skill has a chance to CC crowd control somebody, that means your attack power is going to be low. Yeah. So if your skill has a crowd control element to it, that means the damage is going to be lower. Because otherwise, if it's high damage plus crowd control is also too OP, it broke the game, it unbalanced the game. Because this does have a crowd control element, I'm guessing that this skill, the DPS won't be too pretty. And the 1 second stun, there's a lot of other operators who can do crowd control better. Most TMA's stun is about 7 to 8 seconds, I believe. The range guard, I forgot her name. She can also stun for quite some time. Supporters, a whole bunch of them can slow, and all the slow supporter can slow. Few supporter can also stop enemies, and Ethan has a very high, it's not very high, but a high chance of binding operators. So if you're just going for the stun, there are better choices. And if you're going for the DPS, like I said before, because this skill does has a control element to it, I'm guessing the DPS won't be so good. So mediocre skill. Okay, third skill over here. So this skill is super cool. Yeah, it kind of it's just like the artifact, the whole presentation. It kind of remind me of a boss, a villain boss in the anime. If you, I won't say which anime it is, but this skill looks like a villain boss from the anime, and it's super cool looking. I want to pull her just for this skill. Yeah, this is amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. So this skill, I think it will be her core skill. So this skill, it increase attack and attack 2 additional enemies. So that means she will be attacking 3 enemies, like Blaze. When there is a melee ally operator in the tile ahead of self, grant the following effect to them: gain a certain amount of attack increase when HP is about a certain percentage, increase defense block count +1 if there is no if there is no ally ahead of self, or if there are not a melee operator, grant the effect to self instead. So she needs a healer, yeah. So she needs a healer to keep her HP about a certain percentage, so that she can always have this buff. So that will be increased attack, increased defense, plus a block count +1. So imagine if there is no ally in front of her, that means she will be a blocking 3, attacking 3. So that's basically an AoE guard. So that is basically an AoE guard who can attach range. So that's super good. I think she might even run Blaze out of the standard team. The problem is that Blaze's skill is indefinite. Yeah, Blaze's second skill runs for indefinitely. Blaze can attack 2 tiles ahead of her, right? Or is it 3 tiles ahead of her? Yeah, so so when this skill is running, she's going to be exactly like Blaze, kind of. Yeah, she blocks 3, attacks 3, attack range like 2 tiles ahead. Blaze can also attack 2 tiles ahead, increase attack and increase HP. She's gonna be exactly like Blaze. But the problem is, we don't know how long this skill will last. If it's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be lasting indefinitely, because if it's going to be lasting indefinitely, it will say that in the skill, because it does not mention that in the skill. It's only going to be, you click it and then the skill activate for a certain amount of time, and then the skill stop. So while the skill is running, she's gonna be like Blaze, but when the skill stops, she goes back to herself. So I would still bring Blaze, but she can grant the buff to somebody else too. So imagine if you, hold on a second. If you bring Storm, you play Storm in front of her, then Storm will be blocking 3. Increase attack and defense. Yeah, that's very good. Storm blocks 3, she blocked 2. That's 5 blocks, and then both of them are going to be attacking in range. Wait, hold on a second. Does Storm get this too? Will Storm be attacking 3, blocking 3 and attacking 3? No, I don't think so. So it's just gonna be her. So she will attack 3, block 2. Swarm in front of her will be blocking 3, attacking 1. They are both going to be attacking in range. So I think that is super powerful. It will make a very good combo. I don't think you should place a tank in front of her so that the tank can block 4. That's not very helpful, because you don't need that many blocks, and tank doesn't have that much of high damage. Place Storm in front of her instead, so the Storm can block 3. That's a very good blocking number, and Storm is very high in DPS, and they can both attack range enemies. So I think this skill is definitely very good. So like I said before, everything else look average, but the skill does look good. Will she be meta defining? Will she be a OP character? Will she be, the absolute beast tier 1, tier 0 operator? We need to see the actual stats, so we need to wait until she's actually in the game on July 2nd, and then a whole bunch of people need to pull her and then run her in a game to test out how she plays in a game before we can determine finally whether she's an OP operator. But right now, so my opinion is to stay on the safe side. Wait, I don't think she'll be OP. I don't think so. I don't think her attack is going to be that high. this skill is very good, but it's now running indefinitely. So when the skill does run, she's going to be great, probably, but the skill is gonna stop, and she'll return to her normal self. So my verdict right now, wait. If you're a whale, pull her. If you're not a whale, wait. And chances are she's going to be a standard operator, and you just do a tempo on her. But if you like her very much, waifu or meta, then you may pull her and have fun. And that is the video. If you want, I will be probably either continue with annihilations or doing operator review, and I will be doing the scene server interlocking competition that will be coming up next July 2nd, which is tomorrow. I'm very excited about the new events, and I hope you guys have fun too. See you later.